whole night. Like there's all of this excitement and like, how do I do it? I just want to do it. How do I make it work? And then to have this professional team come in led by Tisch to kind of guide us and say, this is how, take my hand. It's not so lonely and frightening. Was a really great combination, and we learned so much in these few weeks, just in terms of how the story could grow, and we made it clearer dramaturgically. We had great help from you as well, Brandon, on that front, and just being able to start to put the pieces together again and see them fresh, because we've been working on it for 3 years now. That was really crucial, and we were able to really kind of take a deep breath and start again, as opposed to my trying to cut everything, which is always trying to do. And that you learn a lot from actually taking your show off the page and into production, and that's a very specific moment for a writer. Like this was our first production, this workshop, and starting to have that vulnerability of knowing that certain things still don't work, but feeling so safe in this community to be able to do that. Really, there's not a word big enough to describe what that meant to us.
Till forever.
Being developed all the time, and it is a source of work. It's also, I think, for actors in particularly, it's often a way you get noticed is when you get when you get discovered sort of in a new piece, creating a role. But there is a certain skill set that goes along with that, which is the ability to make quick choices, the ability to retain things, the ability to roll with the punches as the changes keep coming, and bringing your best self into the room every day. And you don't always get that with pre-existing material. The process is very different, it's faster. And that skill set, I think, serves any actor. Just because it opens up a new avenue of work, that if you don't have that skill set, you suddenly are cutting yourself off from that. And when you're working on these things, you don't really have the time to think about, how you're going to work with an actor who doesn't have that skill set, so you actively look for people who have that experience. So they leave the school knowing it, and actually having it on their resumes before too. So they sort of have you can look at their resumes and understand that they've already done it. That's a huge thing.
For me, learning new music is like something that I'm very hungry for. For me, and I think many others in my program, that's something that we're always looking to do. And especially in a city where there are revivals, but like new work is what's happening, and that's like what is going to take us somewhere. Working in this program, like I know that I want to do new work pretty much exclusively as long as I can. There's 4 or 5 shows that have already been written that I would want to do someday, but I'm just so interested in finding the next thing. Yeah.
There is a moment where writers and actors start to realize what everybody else brings into the room, and you don't get that in reading. They're fast, and you can't get the 3-dimensionality in reading because they're really 2-dimensional events, and time and space is really, your show, time and space, but time and space is really all that theater has, right? It's confined by both. And so when you're working in 3 dimensions, the parameters change, and that no show can be completed until you actually have those other elements that sort of come into play. And so being able to have an environment where you can play around with that and sort of let the piece live off the page in a different kind of way, I think is
Till forever.
the GMTWP is an amazing program in terms of understanding really how to kind of craft and write and experiment with stuff on the page, but to get this added process of like, because musicals exist like on stage and they exist in time and place, and to be able to figure out how you can assess problems not just by looking at it on the page, but actually by seeing things and trying things, was probably the biggest like learning opportunity, I think, for me.
To work on new material is the most beneficial thing a aspiring actor just starting out in this world can do, because this is how most of us are going to be getting our breaks, and learning how to work on new material versus watching it on YouTube or creating a character based on how it's done traditionally. It really allows you to explore yourself as an actor and to delve fully into this new character that you are helping the writers create and the writers are helping you create. And I think that out of all of the classes I have had at NYU, the GMTW collaboration class has been the most beneficial, because it helped me become a better musician, a better actor, better at picking up material quicker, which is so helpful. What I thought was super exciting was because we're collaborating with people around our own age, and it has definitely been emphasized in our senior year that the importance of creating your own material. And it's something that coming into college I never thought I would be interested in, but seeing these people around the same age as myself and my classmates, and being able to like talk to them on a friendly basis, like there's no superiority complex, it's just very much like this is a friendship, and the connections that we're building with these people are not only professional, but you are creating these real friendships with people you never would have met in this program.
But it glides along these parallel lines, my long legs beneath the dark brown fabric, my torso under the white lightness of this shirt. I can see my breath, I can breathe, I can see myself in the mirror, I can breathe.
It was really crazy coming into the process, because I had done a Sondheim show in the fall, and you work on an established character, and it's very rote, and you're in it, and all of a sudden on the first day I was responsible for bringing a life to a person who had never seen life before, and having to figure out how to walk in someone's shoes in an entirely different way. And things change on the fly, and you learn to be really in it just at every second. And I felt so much more engaged as an actor, and so much more present in the work, because all of a sudden it was actually me in the room with somebody saying, this doesn't feel right, and they're saying, okay, let's make an adjustment. Hey, can you take a lyric change on your opening night? And I'm like, sure, of course. I just felt so much growth. And then I played a wonderful character, just like a truly remarkable character. Just the learning how to be present and how to present a new work too. It's such a valuable skill to learn. I feel really, really honored and really blessed to have been a part of it, because it's really special to be a part of new work, and it's really it changes you as an actor. It makes you appreciate the kind of work that goes into a production like that they've spent years writing it, and we have 6 weeks to put on some like crazy good material. Like, it just gives you a whole new appreciation for what the other side of the table does.
I work in the black night. so worry in your head. In the black, black night, when all of you guys sleeping in your beds, you try to stay afloat. Keep yourselves in shoes and coats with extra on the sides to spend in town. But if you were in the black, black night, money in your pockets will never weigh you down.
I think I have a bit of a unique perspective as a student in having seen this particular program grow. Because 5 years ago, I was a part of a summer CDP workshop of a new musical through GMTW, and you know, here just a couple months ago, or last week rather, I was a part of, you know, the first, you know, Stageworks co-production with GMTW, and it's been probably one of the most significant parts of my training here at NYU, and it really has been something that has already been benefiting me in my professional career, the skills that I've learned here, and so I'm really grateful for that.
I felt incredibly lucky that our first production was with students, and looking back, I wouldn't have it any other way, because it felt like for us it was such a vulnerable process. We didn't necessarily know what we were getting ourselves into in terms of just how difficult it is to have conceived of something and then suddenly have so many people leaping on board with their own opinions about what it should be. And my favorite part of the whole process was working with these students, because they were so open and so giving, and they really came at it from a perspective of learning and wanting to do justice to themselves and to the show, and it was this incredibly selfless place.
Yeah.
And they asked us so many questions, which even when we didn't have answers to, the fact that they were asking the questions was so helpful. And we also, I think, wrote a show that has a lot of very contemporary issues to it, and so to have fairly young actors take on the issues in the life of the show was incredibly appropriate, because we rarely, if ever, had to explain to them what we were trying to achieve. They just got it. It was exactly right for for where they were in their lives, the places they were in.
Hearts beat as long as they can. Oh,